Hey, thank you for watching this message. My name is Andrea Smith. I have the privilege of being the pastor here at West. And if you're watching this right now, it is because you are a part in some way, shape, or form of the West community, whether you're an ongoing part or you're new to checking out what West is all about. We are grateful for you. And because we're grateful to you and for you, it is really important, and we are constantly in a state of evaluating how we are reaching you, how we're reaching new people, how the messages are coming across, and we are never afraid to admit when things aren't working. And so that's actually what this little video is about. I need to talk to you for a few minutes in full transparency about the fact that what we've been offering with our online campus over the past several months, it is not working. We were doing 9 a.m. live stream. And so I would be in this presence at 9 a.m. and many people would be gathered at their homes or various places at 9 a.m. worshiping online. And then I would go to the high school, our Lake Norman campus, and lead worship at 10 a.m. there. And for a long time, when COVID started and then after COVID, that worked really well. But honestly, over the last 6 months, we started having repeated internet failure, the software wouldn't work, things that were way beyond our control. And there for a while, it was like 3 out of 4 Sundays that our live stream failed. And folks that were trying to worship were unable to do so. So we tried to come up with a new solution. That solution led us to pre-recording the message. And so Josh or Dave or various people would come and film the message ahead of time. And then at 9 a.m. on Sundays, we would air that message live. The problem with that is I have clearly maxed out my capacity as a preacher. One of my skills that I think I bring to West is that I'm a pretty decent public speaker, and I'm very passionate about sharing the transformational love of God with you. It's one of, in my opinion, the most important jobs that I do. And it carries just this tremendous weight of responsibility and privilege. And I really want to do it well. And what I have learned in the last several weeks is that I, first of all, can't write 2 messages at the same time. We come up with our message series in groups. And so we know what we're going to talk about. And in fact, like, I already know some of the things we're going to be talking about this fall. And so it's like always in my mind. And I mean that literally, like it's always back there. But talking about it and preparing for the message, I really can only do it in great depth, one at a time. And so I really can't start working on the next week's message with great intentionality until the previous week's message is over. And so what we've been doing is filming, pre-recording on Tuesday or Wednesday. And then life's been good from Wednesday till Sunday. I feel like I'm on this giant vacation because that pressure of being ready for Sunday morning, it's already passed. But what I have discovered, and many of you have actually very honestly shared this feedback with me, and I'm so grateful, is the quality of message has diminished. And the online messages that are pre-recorded on Tuesday or Wednesday, frankly, they're just not as transformational, and they don't have the energy behind them that the later messages were having. So we've brainstormed, like, what can we do? Can we film later in the week and all this kind of stuff? And we just, no solution seems to be a good one. It's almost like Uber Eats or DoorDash. So you can be in this space and have, like, you can go to a restaurant and have an amazing meal. And you could Uber Eats or DoorDash that very same food. And when you get it, it's the same food, but it's not the same experience. And odds are it isn't as good, because what could take you 10 minutes or 10 steps to get the food now takes 10 to 20 minutes because they have to drive a distance. And so the quality is just not as good as what it was if you're in the room. That's what we've discovered. And we're getting ready this week to do the same thing. 2 weeks ago, I preached on shame. And I did an online pre-recorded message. I did the same amount of homework and work in preparing the message. And it was all right. It was nothing to write home about. And then in that space on Sunday morning live with people out there, the work of the Holy Spirit, I mean, it's just so present. The messages in person at 10 a.m. are significantly, honestly, better than what you're watching pre-recorded. And that saddens me. So I've tried to study harder, study sooner. I've tried all these different things. And the bottom line is the 10 a.m. live message is consistently more powerful, more in tune with God and the Holy Spirit than just pre-recording in the middle of the week. So we are going to try something different. It is important to us that both campuses get equal quality. You are our online campus, and we value you so much that our solution is going to be, we are going to record the in-person message at the high school, and we will air it online a week later. Now, why don't we live stream? Why don't we go back to the way we used to do things pre-COVID? Because back then, our 10 a.m. Lake Norman campus message was our live stream message. Because of the fact that we use the internet at the high school and we also now use YouTube as our streaming platform, there are too many technological disadvantages to doing that. So that's not even an option. We can't go back to the way things used to be, even though that seems like an optimal solution. So what we're going to do is we're going to record with good quality, and I'm going to be talking to you just like I used to be. I would talk to the people in the room and the people behind the computer screens or their phones. But then we're going to release that content a week later at 9 a.m. live, just like we've been doing since, COVID started, and you're going to have your own experience. So one of the problems to this, one of the drawbacks is, so what if you do both? What if you come to church and in person and you also worship online? Like this week you're at the high school and next week you're on vacation. And so you want to see what you missed. Well, you're going to get content that you already watched, and nobody wants to watch it twice, or I'm pretty sure you don't. So what we're going to do is we're going to add additional content. And we're going to go deeper. So after the worship service is over at 10 a.m., Lexi and I and some other folks of West are going to be doing a diving deeper segment. And we're going to talk about the Greek meaning of the words and how they flesh out, and questions that have come from you, the congregation that's worshiping in person at the high school. You'll have an opportunity to text me questions or things that you would have liked to have heard more about. So then if you heard it in person and then next week you're out of town and you want new content, you can then listen to our podcast and go deeper with the exact same content, but you'll be learning more. That way we're not compromising your faith experience, the content that you're receiving, and everybody wins. You will get I hope, a transformational message. As far as our volunteers, it's the same amount of time, because we're going to be not pre-recording a message and doing the same message. We'll be recording, but two different things. And it will be released at the same time as the live stream message, so you can choose which you would like to listen to. And then both will be available on demand. We believe that this will increase your quality of spiritual content that you receive, and that is what is important to us. If you have any questions about this, I would love for you to ask them. You can email me at andrea@headingwest.org, andrea@headingwest.org, or you can text me 704-240-0966. I'll say that one more time, 704-240-0966. 0966. Let me know your questions. I'm happy to answer them, happy to hear possible solutions that you can think of. But we're going to try this and see if it works. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your understanding and your encouragement and support always of West. Thanks.